Jeffrey's life is full of stimulation. But even with all that stimulation, his life is actually very boring. He plays video games for 16 hours a day. He scrolls on TikTok for 3 hours when he's first woke up and he hasn't even brushed his teeth yet. Jeffrey is a loser, man. And you don't want to be like him. You want to be like a man named Adonis. Adonis has a really pleasurable life and it's full of enjoyment. But interestingly, you don't see him doing any of the fun activities. You don't see him playing video games. You don't see him eating junk food. You don't see him scrolling on TikTok or Reddit or Instagram. You can see Adonis meditating in a cave. Birds are landing on his shoulders. And he's one with the earth. You want to be like Adonis. I'm around 10 years old, so it must have been like 2018. I'm pretty much a chronic video gamer. Like, I literally could not go 3 hours without playing video games. It would genuinely like corrupt me if I couldn't like get to my dopamine source. And I can't even speak. Interestingly enough, I had a really boring life. Like, honestly, most of my life is literally just eat, play video games, sleep, repeat. That was maybe like watch a bit of anime there, here and there, like scroll on TikTok and whatnot. But even watching TikTok, it was about video games, bro. Even watching YouTube, it was about video games. Video games was my life. And you can see how already that sounds like pretty boring. And then, like, fast forward a couple of years, and I'm watching Hamza, and I'm gonna get onto a dopamine detox. I'm gonna cut out the overstimulating habits, and I'm gonna return my dopamine baseline to normal. And the more I get on this dopamine detox, I'll be honest, at first it was really hard, but over time, I actually enjoyed life more. There was less stimulation needed to feel happy. I got my stimulation from doing good habits, from exercising, meditating, and reading, and not from junk food, video games, or TikTok. My life was full of so many different habits and hobbies now that I actually started to bring life. I started to give meaning to my life instead of just playing video games every single day like a slob, bro. And I wish that for you as well. You see, I've got a script here. My eye feels like it's twitching. Let me just give you drink water if you've already got some, but I guarantee you, if you're like a Jeffrey, you probably don't have water right next to you, so pause the video, go downstairs and get some water and then come back up. You should be hydrating. To be honest, I'll be honest, bro, I'm talking too much. To be honest, I don't really have water on me that often. Anyway, first actionable step, which will help you take things out of this video, is to do some deep breaths and actually focus on the video. Because deep breathing will just make you more mindful and you'll actually be able to focus. So do a deep breath with me. That might feel a bit weird for you, like actually doing deep breaths whilst you're watching a YouTube video, like just give me the information and then leave. But this will honestly help you retain the information and whatnot. Like, just trust me, I've got PhD in bro science. We need to talk about why your life is so boring. Like, I know it just sounds like rude. Take a deep breath, and we need to talk about why your life is boring. but it's because you do too much instant gratification. instant gratification, I should explain this. Instant gratification is things really that are really pleasurable and stimulating right now, but in the long run, they make our lives worse. And then there's something called delayed gratification, which is where right now it kind of feels annoying to do, it's kind of painful, but in the long run it makes our lives so much better. You need to understand these two terms before we carry on the conversation. Instant gratification is things like junk food, video games, social media, porn, like bad drugs, like bad things. And then delayed gratification is kind of like exercise, good sleep, just thinking of it, reading, meditating, stretching. I know I've just said stretching and meditating, and a lot of guys have just like turned into monkeys, but you're not one of them. You're actually intelligent. The reason your life is so boring is because these instant gratification activities have overstimulated your brain. You see, there might be some people who say, "Oh, but like in moderation is key. Everything needs balance." The problem with these bad habits in the modern day is that there is no balance. The balance has been disturbed. You can't do these modern day bad habits in moderation. Most of these modern bad habits are run by companies, and what do companies want, bro? They want money, they want profit. Do you think these companies have morals, bro? No, they don't. Really? They want to get your brain hooked to their platform and rinse you. They don't care about your mental health or your physical health. To be truthfully honest, they probably wouldn't care if you died. And I know that hurts. They probably would. The only thing they'd be angry about is that one user's gone inactive. This is the problem with instant gratification. These companies invest probably millions, literally millions, to make you addicted to their platform so that they can make more money. There is no balance anymore. There is only extremes. There is extreme addiction and extreme abstinence. Abstinence basically means that you don't do the thing at all. We need to get you onto the side where you're doing abstinence, extreme abstinence. And I know this might be scary for a lot of people because what, life without video games? I'll tell you the truth, keep this between us because a lot of guys don't know this. When you quit video games, your life becomes more enjoyable. When you stop doing the instant gratification habits, ironically, your life becomes a lot better, a lot more enjoyable. And it sounds so counterintuitive, and I know it's so confusing, because I was confused as well, because I used to think that a life without video games would be horrible. When I tell people that I don't do any of the bad habits, they look at me like, "Oh my God, you're depressed. Surely you're never happy. Surely something's cognitively wrong. Surely something's not right with this kid." Something's not right with me, but it's not that, guys. I promise. It's so bizarre to believe that once you quit the bad habit that you're most addicted to, that life would be more enjoyable. But I promise this is the truth. And there's probably one thing right now which you're arguing for. This is so interesting, right? These companies have hooked your brain so much that you're now arguing against me even though I'm trying to help you. This is what these companies are doing to you. These companies are making it so that your brain will literally defend the thing that is ruining your life. For some it'll be video games, for some it'll be porn, for some it'll be social media. Some people like social media, like TikTok, they'll be like, "But educational videos are on there." Shut up. They'll be like video gamers, but hand-eye coordination. You don't even go outside, bro. What? Not you, actually. These guys, these video gamers, who are like, oh, but hand-eye coordination, muscle memory. First of all, you don't go to the gym. What muscle memory for what? Hand-eye coordination, bro. You don't go outside. What hand needs to be coordinated where, bro? You idiot. So, like, and then what else did we say? Porn. Shut up. Those men are like, oh, but the school nurse said, yeah, and the school nurse is fat, bro. Like, what do you mean the school nurse said? Shut up, idiots. Like, these companies, man, they've, they're evil, bro. They're evil. They've got us hooked, man. You've got to get onto a dopamine detox. This is the solution. And I know I like, look, man, I get that it's scary to quit your bad habits. You're afraid that life is going to be boring and unbearable. It's because, honestly, part of your brain is trying to argue for it because it's scared to delve into the depths of the unknown. Wow, I'm so profound. Hold on, my throat is getting dry. Dinner's being made soon. Anyway, how long have we been rolling? Mad. Only 11 minutes. I thought it was longer. Your life. You've probably tried getting on a dopamine detox before. You probably heard of it. Cutting out the instant gratification. Doing the delayed. I just lost my train of thought there. Yeah, you've probably heard of it before. But you might have went about it the wrong way. A lot of people have this misconception that doing a dopamine detox is like you don't do the bad habits and then you just sit there. Because the truth is you don't know what to replace your bad habit with. So we're going to make it unbelievably challenging for you not to be able to replace your bad habit. Because on this dopamine detox, you're going to start doing good habits. You can't just stop doing the bad habits. You can't fight a bad habit, you can replace it. Because if you don't replace the bad habit with anything, you'll just be bored, and then boredom will result to you going back to the thing which gives you which overstimulates you. So you're gonna drastically reduce instant gratification. You don't need to cut it out completely if you're not ready for that yet, but drastically reduce it and drastically increase delayed gratification. Did I say delayed or instant? I said increase delayed gratification, if I didn't say that. And so we're going to replace, say for example, you play a lot of video games. You're going to replace video games with exercising. Go to the gym, cardio, skipping, whatever you want. Like, skipping is cardio. Or I was going to say swimming, but swimming is also cardio. But you get my point. You're going to exercise. You're going to read. You're going to meditate. You're going to journal. All of these things will benefit you. And I know right now, you might have like a lot of limiting beliefs about the habits and stuff. Your life is boring and your life is horrible. And if you want a solution, I'm giving you one. You might not like it, but bro, like your life is boring. So regardless of whether you like, if you don't listen to me, your life is still going to be boring. And if you do listen to me and turns out it is boring, nothing's changed. So you might as well try what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to make this lifestyle change. It'd be good if you do make this lifestyle change, and once you've actually experienced it, you'll do this as a lifestyle change. But honestly, you're gonna have to. This is gonna be scary. I know what I'm about to say is gonna be like rambunctious. You're gonna have to trust my brain more than yours, because your brain has made your life so boring that you're clicking on a video where I'm explaining to you for like 14 minutes how to stop having a boring life, right? You wouldn't need this video if your life wasn't boring. So get onto this dopamine detox, do delayed gratification, get rid of instant gratification, and slowly but surely, bro, your life is gonna become so much more enjoyable, because you'll actually enjoy what you're doing. You'll actually be happy when you've got a good physique, when you can actually like look in the mirror and be proud of yourself, when you know that you've been reading consistently, and now that you're wise and knowledgeable, that you've been stretching and you're flexible enough to touch your toes, to know that you're present and loving around your family because you've been meditating so much. These are the benefits that a dopamine detox will give you. But doing instant gratification and overstimulating yourself, it'll take away that. You'll be in your dungeon with tissue paper right next to you and you don't even hide it anymore. You don't even clear your history anymore. You play video games for 18 hours a day and you're sleep deprived. And now you're so fat that like you literally can't get out of bed on your own. Do you really want that? Do you want that life? We're gonna try and get away from that life because that's not the life Adonis would live. That's not the way of Adonis. That is the way of Jeffrey, and we do not want to be Jeffries anymore. And if you want to be more like Adonis, hit the subscribe button below. Safe.